I've got a question here. What is the question? This is the Cadence Police, Haircut Police. We have a question about Team Sky, cadence in general. Elliot says, Elliot Gaines, fuck Natty. No, this is a different Elliot. No jokes there. We get that high carb plus high cadence is the most efficient while racing. Yes, I don't race. But training, wouldn't low cadence plus faster rides increase strength and stamina? Isn't that what Team Sky were doing? Now, I'm not sure what this person's referring to, but if you watch my videos when I've been out with Sky or any of the professional riders in the last 13 years, if you look just look at this clip here. This is with Chris Froome. Alright, this is with Chris Froome, and most professional bike teams, just like most businesses, have who's the top dog and who looks after the dog's water bottles, etc. So Chris Froome, he went from the water bottle carrier in 2011 with no contract for 2012 to the top motherfucking dog, the Froome dog. All right, so he is the most important rider in the team, in Team Sky. So if you want to look at what's the best thing to do, you look at the top dogs. All right, people on the top dog, even if they've got a haircut. And can you see Chris Froome grinding in this video? Can you see him like doing 120 watts because he's in the fastest state? No, you can't. He's carving the motherfucker up. And the proof's in the wattage, man. And the proof's in the cadence, and the proof's in the video footage. Now, I'll probably be banned from riding with them ever again, but that's just the reality of the situation. You can't push 450 watts, brah. Chris Froome right now is doing 5.8 watts per kilo. You know, that's his Tour de France winning attack. Oh, not sorry, attack. That's his Tour de France winning pace based on the data that the Team Sky released, you know. I'm just sharing with you what is out there. All right, what Team Sky put out there. 5.8 watts per kilo is what Chris Froome rides at to win the 2012, but I think they said 2014 Tour de France, all right? 5.8 watts per kilo for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever it was. So I'm riding with Chris Froome and keeping up. I'm struggling, but these guys, that's what they can hold for 30 minutes after racing for 5 hours in the sun, after 2 weeks of racing, etc. Chris Froome could do that, and that's what it takes to win the Tour de France. So when do you see people, when in the Tour de France you need to grind? When in the Tour de France you need strength? You don't need strength. You need motherfucking 400 watts for 30 minutes, man. That's not strength. 400 watts is piss. That's piss weak. But to hold motherfucking 400 watts, that's the challenge. You can do 400 watts, but to hold that? This is not a 2,000 watts, bro. That's strength. 400 watts? That's not strength. That's cadence. Do Chris Froome's legs look strong? Do my legs look strong? No. It's not about strength, gang. It's about cadence. It's about glucose-derived ATP. When your glycogen reserves are fucked, you're done. Okay, so we understand. I think you understand if you're watching my videos. Let's get to the point where he says, these people, this is not the only person who says this. This is sort of a bit of a thing. Wouldn't low cadence plus, that just makes you a shit fucking rider. If you're grinding everywhere, you're a shit rider compared to what you could be if you're 90 to 100 cadence, like all the top riders do, spinning, and carved up. If we look at drugs people take, like Maria Sharapova, the drug she takes, meldonium, increases glycogen retention, increases the body's ability to burn sugars, which increases performance. Like, you don't need like fat burning ability in the Tour de France, because when the hammer gets dropped, it's not about how much fat you can burn, it's how much carbohydrate you can store, so then you can push the 400 watts plus. You're not burning much fat when you're riding at 400 watts. That's sugar, all right? And that sugar is essential to performance. Just like when 2012 Tour de France, when Chris was getting dropped, was it 2012 or 2013? It was one of those ones. Let me think. Tour de France afterwards. Chris Froome is about to get dropped because he's running out of sugar. He says, Richie, head back to Brailsford, get me some coconut oil, avocado, egg on top. No, he said go back and get me some gels. Richie, get me some motherfucking carbs. And Richie's like, Duran's not around. No, go back to the fucking team car. So Richie got a time penalty, went back to the team car, caught back up. That shows how much fucking form these guys have got. I'm a bit hungry. We're leading the Tour de France. Go back. I'm a bit peckish. And what do you want? Vanilla or fucking strawberry gels? You know, like that's how good a form these guys had at that time. So they went back to the team car, got the gels, went back up, and Chris knocked back some gels, got some time penalty. But they knew the time penalty would be less than if Chris Froome ran out of sugar and bonked. And what was Chris Froome's cadence? High cadence. He's not going, oh, let's get some strength work in, guys. Because you get dropped. If you grind everywhere, you'll teach your body to grind. I know guys who are so much motherfucking stronger than me, but I smash them up any fucking climb. Because they've got hella strength. They can go in the gym and lift hella weight. And they can push this motherfucking massive gear. And they've been riding for as long as me. Right? 10, 15, 20 years of riding. They're just grinding. You can hear the fucking knee cartilage just popping. And they take a lot of painkillers and anti-inflammatories to keep riding. They won't fucking learn. They're the old school. And they're strong as motherfucking oxes. And oxes don't eat grass. But these cunts are strong. Some of them on steroids even. But I smash them up the climb because they don't know how to spin and turn that strength into motherfucking watts per motherfucking kilo. And they eat so much fat and protein to keep the size on. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But that's each to their own. Each to their own. So that's the bottom line, bro. What you do in training is what you can do in racing. What you need to do in racing is what you should do in training. And this sounds like a weird concept, but this is my personal belief. Why the fuck do something in training that you never do in racing? In 2016, back in the 40s, yes, you had to have strength because you only had one gear on your fucking bike or a flip-flop hub. So you get off your bike and you got to twitch the wheel around. Or you had down tube shifters. You had fucking shit gear ratios. Then you needed strength. Because there'd be times where you're grinding at 30 RPM. Now, if you're a professional rider and grinding at 30 RPM, it means 1, your team mechanic is shit. 2, your Di2 battery ran out of juice and now you have to grind to the finish line. Alright? That's the only 2 reasons. You've got a shit mechanic, it's not the speed, you've got to change your cassette and chain rings, or 2, your EPS or your Di2 batteries, or your cable snaps and you're just stuck in this gear. So you don't need strength to be a good cyclist. You need motherfucking watts per kilo. And that power comes with cadence. Torque plus cadence equals motherfucking power. So spin to win. Chris Froome, high carb Kenyan diet, rice. I've seen those motherfuckers, bananas, gels, sugar, sports drink. You know, this whole low carb, high cadence thing is just... People put that shit out there, like Conor McGregor did with Ido Paul Taylor. Like, I'm just doing a bit of movement stuff. Like, you don't need movement. You need to have a punch cunts in the fucking head and knock them out and have that stamina for 5 rounds or 3 rounds. Doing all this wanky shit outside, in my opinion, is either a distraction, because they don't want to let other people know what's going on, or they're caught up in like, oh, this looks cool, we'll try that. But it's not the truth, bro. What is done in training, it should be done in racing. What is done in racing, rather, should be replicated in training. If you can't do it in training, how the fuck are you going to do it in racing? If you don't do it in racing, why the fuck do it in training? That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't do any strength work, and I can smash most motherfuckers on the hill, and I train fuck all. Alright? And I'm 38. I'm over the hill. But I smash most 20-year-olds who grind. But the cunts who smash me, every motherfucker who smashes me in a climb is spinning past me. They're spinning past me, man. Nobody's grinding past me. Unless it's a pro having a bit of a joke, you know. But once they go in the corner, they drop it back to cadence to make the gap even bigger. Simple as that. Spin to win. Don't do nothing in training that you wouldn't do in racing. If you want the best out of yourself.